kind of, so to say, I was robbed. What, twice in one day? This is new. Please describe the attack as best you can. Detailed but incorrect description. Hazy description. Probably one of Kanika's men. She seems to have progressed from misguided to fanatic lady. Well, I'll be ready to deal with her soon enough. We've gone through most of our bread and medicine today. If we're going to have enough for a similar display next week, we're going to need to place some orders this evening. For that, we're going to need funds. You've never gone out for funds, have you? I haven't. Getting money is never easy, but I've heard that a few potential donors have recently re-entered the city. Mandeep, a doctor, and Dar, a merchant, have both gone home for a few days. We received money from them in the past. Ask them to give again. Oh, and while you're out, see if you can't get a few bystanders to bring food or medicine to the temple. Remember, Bhagwan, when you're on the job, you're always looking for ways to help the needy. Right. So let's go and talk to... Let's go and find out what's going on with this fellow. Because, here's the thing, is... we need to know what's going on. I think I'm playing him as like he's kind of devout, like he has had a bit of a conversion from the old kind of priesthood he was a part of, and that's why he's joined up this one. But we need to know where we're going. No. We need to know what's going on, just in case we're wrong. Although this might be a trap and it might get us killed. Right, so it's down here, and it was over to the left at some point, wasn't it? Ah, yeah, here. I don't have long, so let me be as clear as possible. Listen, and then you will get the chance to make the most important decision of your life. Ranveer is the most gifted criminal this city has ever seen. He extorts money from the rich, turns it into favours from the poor, turns a mob into his personal army. You know how the nobles in the old days wanted to clear the slums out because of how dangerous they were? Well, Ranveer recognised that too, only he saw a way to make that power work for him. Okay. What does Ranveer give the slums? Bread to make them stronger, medicine to make them stronger, and an enemy. He blames the Naga, nobody's favourite neighbour, for all the city's problems. And the next thing you know, he's got a powerful army united in hatred and loyalty to him. He's an amazing warlord, and all he's waiting for is a war to prove it. So, yeah, one of the strong points of any political position is to create an enemy for people to hate. Remain silent. Sooner or later, Ranveer will charge the slum streets to drive the Naga out of the city. That's the Naga Council gone for a start. And I have no reason to believe Ranveer will suffer the council to exist either. Mark my word, if Ranveer isn't stopped, there will be trouble. Why are you telling me all this? You can solve all this now. By his very existence, Ranveer creates hatred and violence. The day will come before too long that his actions, and his actions alone, doom Bhimara to open warfare. He destroyed a street full of temples to build one to his own demented, twisted vision of extermination. Ranveer is the monster of our story. I'm asking you to be the hero. You can't possibly mean. Press the bundle into your hand. Finish your task. Enter his chambers naturally, as if nothing were wrong. You'll know it's the right thing to do when the time comes. Please, for future generations, for the Naga today, and for the slums and temples of tomorrow, avert a city's suffering. Do what thousands of helpless beings only wish they could. Someone told me Ranveer's not the man he claimed to be. I need to use it. So it's finished my job. I think she said. So I need to find him and girl over there. Okay. Finish my tasks. Oh, the greater good. The greater good. Nope, that one. Protect others from... Do not take from another. Do not harm another. Protect others from harm. What if to protect others from harm, you have to harm someone? Is it better to harm someone through your inaction or through your action? You know, I have to ask, what is it you people have against Naga? I don't have anything against them. You realize how lucrative trade with the Naga is for us? Half of the decent food that comes into the city is through our connections with the Empire. I mean, I don't like them. Who does? But having a Naga councillor has been the best thing for Bimira in a long time. Not for Bimira slums, I'm afraid. Only they missed something there, didn't they? They can't invade us. We've got hundreds of their citizens as hostages. They'd know that the moment we spotted their armies, there'd be Naga skins hanging from every flagpole in the city. Now that's how you do business. You tell Ranveer next time you see him. Coming from a real man of wealth and intelligence, the Naga are more useful to us than 100 human slum rats. You're a merchant, you're not exactly filling me with confidence. Wait, where's Dark? He's in this area, isn't he? Yeah, because that's... Maybe he's one of these merchants, actually. Is that time again? Very well. I'll have my servants bring some food over to the temple. Anything to keep the soldiers of Jaydeep in fighting shape. Thank you, I'm sure your donation helped a lot of people. Happy to hear that, but honestly, it's all in our best interests. Give some slum dwellers spears and regular meals, and suddenly they're not slum dwellers anymore, they're ours. If it ever comes to open violence, we need all help we can get. Yeah, more and more, she's sounding like she's right. Ah, you're one of Ranveer's, aren't you? Glad to see one of you all the way out here. I don't see many wandering priests out in the slums. There's no one there to give us charity, except for people like you, and I'm not one to take bread meant for the truly desperate. Besides, it's safer to be a wandering old man out here. But I'm sure you all know what you're about. Please don't let me sit here and talk your ear off if you've got work you should be doing. I thought you would, unless it's... Naga opens the door and flinches when it sees you. You're not Dar, are you? Come in, I've got everything ready for you. There it is, enough of bread to feed and medicine to save 10 human lives, that's what you want to know. Why would you give this to us? You know we'll just use it to help our own people. Because I'm Ranveer's friend. He knows that. I hope you know. Why would you be his friend? What does he do for you? Might look uncomfortable, might look upset. Never mind, it's not my place to pry, I suppose. Goodbye, priest, I'll see you again soon. So he's profiting from the Naga anyway. Clearly not to be trusted. Mandeep. Yeah. Mandeep. Ah, about that time, I suppose. Come in. Can I offer you anything to eat or drink? I was just having a kheer and puri as a snack. No thank you, I live mainly on temple food. You mean on the food Ranveer can afford for all of you? Say this about him, he really does put as much of that money as possible towards the slums. As he lives on little but bread and water, you know. I wouldn't know. I've never eaten with him. Of course, whether he spends his money on 100 loaves of bread or one big supper, it's all the same to me. Just one more person I've got to pay to do business in the city. It's not as though you have to give the money. You could refuse. Could I, though? I'm not so sure. Perhaps I'm old-fashioned, but in the old days, if a civic leader asked you to give money, you gave money or you had it. And a lot more taken from you. That's all right. Please pay Ranveer my respects. I wouldn't want him to think of me as anything less than a friend. Yeah, now we're getting to the little moments of, hang on. Don't bother me asking me for any food or money. You think I'm rich just because I'm a merchant? You haven't had a meal in my house lately. We eat like peasants. I wouldn't want to burden your family. Thank you. It's refreshing to find someone who understands. Basically, we're getting taxes, aren't we? Wealthy woman. Hello. Now going back to the slums. If it's that style, I'll just starve. I ordered more. Nobody's reliable anymore. Good day to you, priest. I think we'll just go and... It's for my piece, you know. I'd offer you something to eat, but I know Ranveer keeps you all very well fed. Yeah, I don't do anything. Suspiciously generous. I could use that there, but that would be... Yes, that would be wrong. Although, I don't know what Ranveer is doing with it anyway. Bhagwan! You're back in your time. Have you done what I asked? The option Draw Dragon will appear on every dialogue prompt to character's last chance, which will be labelled as such. I have. Here you are. Good. Impress me, Bhagwan. You don't merely do, you think and carefully. You do more than survive. These streets will need people like you. Oh my god, the last chance already. Someday, I don't know when, the hunger and death, fear in the slums will grow to be too much for human hearts to bear. What will come of that will be more terrible than either you or I can imagine. It will consume caste. It will consume moral principle. Suddenly survival will be hard enough, and not enough all at once. I've made this temple what it is for one reason, to be the hand that guides when all else has failed. And it's your hand that guides. And you take money from Naga while saying Naga are evil. Ah! Ah! I mean, all of this. This is really weird, because you've got an initiate coming in and having this crisis of conscience. Or maybe having the being like this. I almost prefer it if he were already a priest. I think I have to do it. The greater good. Draw dagger. Hang on, what are you doing? Oh, this is ticking up as I'm. That's weird. I'm sorry. What reason could you have to kill me? Who benefits? The making my death will come a fear greater than you could possibly imagine. Thousands will suffer, human and serpent alike. You'll doom the city. I'm sorry, that's not good enough. Thousands will suffer anyway. Why? Why would you kill me? I'm helping the city. I'm the only one helping it. If you kill me, who will be left? Perhaps someone worthy. We'll see. Stop! Stop right there! Priest! Help! Help! It takes you nearly a minute to be sure you're finished. You've made a mess of Ranveer, of the temple, of your own clothes and hands. You've even chipped a knife. You had a swimming and you feel sick. You have no idea what will happen to you when you try and leave this temple. You have no idea what will happen to your children or to the slums. None of that matters. What is done cannot be undone. We only got one. Continue. You are Asher. Avinash led Asher to a rundown hideout somewhere in the city. It soon became clear that Avinash wasn't just planning an insurgency. No, the insurgency was already in progress. People from all parts of the city had flocked to its loyalist banner. He was evidently proud of what he'd created, but he still wouldn't explain to Asher what role she was to play in the coming days, nor would he answer many of her questions. Proud, leader, those who hate the council will die, kill or die for Asher. Proud, trusting. I can tell you're getting restless. Don't mind me saying so, Princess, all of us are. We've been preparing the riots that would divert Shyam's men and let us strike the palace for many months, and now the rightful Queen of Bhimra is here. Every day spent waiting is painful. Avinash and Kanika have laid out a grand operation. I'm indebted to them. Oh, most of the planning was done by others, but you're the central figure anyway. In fact, there's something for you to do right now. A matter's come up only you can handle. 3 potential supporters of your revolution all came here to speak with Avinash, but we've informed them they'll be speaking with you instead. They are the nobleman Kalyan, the Naga tradesman Jilesh, and the grain merchant Ramanjit. Bunch of grasping opportunities if you ask me, but help is help. What should I know about them? Give me everything you know. Avinash briefed me, so I'll tell you what he told me. First, Kalyan comes from one of the wealthiest families in Bhimra, powerful even now. He's been trying to get on the council for years, but Vijay hasn't gone near him. So Avinash got in touch, and here we are. Frankly, none of us trust him much. We think he might try to seize power after the coup. I'll make it clear to him that working with me would be wiser than working against me. Jilesh is pragmatic. He came to Bhimra with a cart full of bribe monies and made every coin of it count. No one touches him, not even Ranveer. And he's become one of the most influential Naga in the city, but his reach ends at the slums. We're not sure what he's offering, but it's probably worth listening to. Sounds like a man of business. I'll be sure to treat him like one. Finally, Ramanjit. Not expecting much from him, he's a grain merchant, and his business has been doing about as well as you'd expect, given the length of this drought and the competition from the Naga Empire. He wouldn't talk much about what he's offering, wanted to speak to Avinash personally. He was surprised to hear he'd be talking to you instead. Don't worry, we've posted men on him to make sure he doesn't try anything stupid. We know these men won't rat us out to Vijay. We're not letting them leave until our plans are put into action, and we're looking over all communication they send and receive from this building. All the same, take care. You can never be too cautious. It's Kalyan. Manta. Bookshelf. Bookshelf. The shelf is tightly packed, a tightly packed wall of books on numerous subjects. Avinash has clearly assembled quite a collection. A few titles stand out immediately. Advancements in Herbs and Medicine. You take the book from the shelf. Oh. Heroes of Chaos, of course. Oh, just take all of them? Take all of them. Can I read them? Oh. Oh, they're in the journal, are they? Fishing small creeks. There is a sublime beauty to earning one meal at a time that all men should experience. Needless to say, this material is not only profoundly disturbing, but illustrative of what factors make the Naga so monstrous to behold. And in the throes of uncertainty and turmoil, the enlightened man finds one comfort, that all this was inevitable. Entire realms, such as those south and east of the Naga-controlled forests, must trade dearly for medicines that to our people are commonplace. Oh, Princess, yes, please, if you will kindly indulge me. I'm going to need to ask you some questions soon. I'm getting your history together. What for? Ah, well, I'm not a fighter, and Avinash explained it very well. He says, we can win the battle, but what about after that? We need the story to be right. It needs to fit into people's heads immediately so they know at long last they have found their saviour. So that's what I'm writing. At the moment I'm working on the parts I know, but when I get past that, I'll have a few short questions. What have you got so far? Well, perhaps later. Perhaps Avinash can convince you. I'm not good at... never mind. Okay. Kanika, Avinash, Ramanjit, Kalyan. Right, I'm going to talk to everyone apart from those guys. Oh, poor dear, I was afraid we'd find you in the state. Well, even Findrel needs a bit of cleaning up every now and then, doesn't it? Hot blood scrubs better than anything, let me tell you that. What? I mean, ever since those traitors killed the king and the queen of this great city, my family's starved to death, and my street's been taken over by the Naga. So if there's anything keeping you, the rightful queen of the city, from bringing my family back and driving those Naga out, well, I'd be happy to carve them open, let me tell you. But I can't bring your family back. No one can. Yeah, I suppose you're going to be very busy. Well, one thing at a time. One thing at a time. Okay. Kanika. Asher, I can't tell you what it's like to see you again. It's like I found a piece of the old days, before Vijay destroyed everything and drove Bhimra into the dust. None of us can wait to take him from the throne. Do you think I'll be able to make things better? You are the true queen of Bhimra. You couldn't help but save the city. From where I sit, if all you did upon recovering the throne was destroy Ranveer and his minions, that would have been a reign well executed. Well, if it wasn't for his bread, I honestly don't know if I'd be alive. Then that would be one of history's little ironies, won't it? That by the very means he used to keep the slums controlled and bolster his power, Ranveer accidentally nurtured his own downfall. It is fitting. To fix Bhimra, you need to destroy those responsible for its downfall. That these are the ones who murdered your parents or condoned their betrayal makes justice that much sweeter. I think the journals talk to these people. Apparently Uncle's lined up some people. Oh, there's Jilesh. Avinash. There's no turning back now, Asher. We have a number of petitions from all over the city eager to see what you're capable of. Would you like to see them and the needs, or press onwards? Speak to them first. So you're how I progress.